What is up, guys? So we're going to go over the Firewall Sorcerer or Sorceress build for Diablo 4. This is a very simple build. It's literally just spam Firewall as much as we possibly can to get as much damage as we possibly can. We're going to go over the key points of the tree. A lot of the other things are kind of, a lot of certain things you can go ahead and switch if you want to. You don't have to use everything I'm using, but this is what I'm using. It's from North War on maxroll.gg. This is my base, and then I go ahead and change it depending on what we are doing, group play, solo play, etc. The build I'm going to show you is what I do for group play, because majority of the time I am playing in the group. So first thing first, our basic skills, we're just going to put two into whatever ones you want. You're never going to use them. They're not a huge deal. Second, we're going to go ahead and in our core put 2 into fireball, 1 into enhanced fireball, and 1 into greater fireball. The reasoning behind this is we're going to take the fireball enchantment. When you kill an enemy, they explode in a fireball for 50% of its damage. We're going to do more AoE this way. We're already doing AoE on the ground, so we're just maximizing the amount of AoE that we possibly can do. For defensive, we're going to put 1 into flame shield, 1 into enhanced flame shield, 1 into shimmering flame shield to heal ourselves, to save ourselves if we need it. Next, we're going to put 1 into teleport, 1 into enhanced teleport, and 1 into shimmering teleport, so we get the damage reduction. It's very important because we are very squishy thanks to glass cannon, which we are going to put 3 into. Next up, which we're going to be spamming on cooldown almost always, is ice armor. Put 1 into ice armor, 1 into enhanced ice armor for the mana regeneration cost, because we don't have a basic skill to go ahead and get us our mana back. We're just constantly spamming firewall, so we're going to need as much mana regeneration as we possibly can. And then we have Frost Nova, 5 into Frost Nova, 1 into enhanced Frost Nova, and 1 into mystical Frost Nova to make them vulnerable when they get Frost Nova, because we do more damage to vulnerable enemies with all of our aspects that we have. We're going to go ahead and move on to conjuration. We're not going to take any actual skills. We're going to take the passives. So we're going to take 1 into align the elements, 3 into mana shield, so we can get a damage reduction every 100 mana we use, and 1 into protection, so we can get a barrier every single time we use a cooldown. This is very important. Every single time we use teleport, flame shield, ice armor, or frost nova, we go ahead and get a barrier, and this saves our lives more times than you would know. Onto our bread and butter, firewall. 5 points into firewall, 1 point into enhanced firewall, 1 point into mage's firewall, so we can keep them burning. The reason we are doing that is because of firewall enchantment. Every time an enemy takes burning damage, there's a 5% chance to spawn 2 firewalls underneath them for 3 seconds. So our goal here is to get as many firewalls down as we possibly can, get them burning as much as we possibly can, so they have a chance to spawn more firewalls, to burn more targets, to cause more firewalls, and cause a chain reaction of mass damage. These are very important. Also, under the mastery, we're going to take 3 in inner flames, and we're going to take 3 into crippling flames. In the ultimate skill, we're going to take Inferno, obviously, with Prime Inferno to pull everything together, to keep everything on top of each other. And the most important one is Supreme Inferno, so we don't use any mana when we're casting pyromancy skills. This allows us to just spam firewall as much as we possibly can to get as much out. This is our damage window. This is where we're going to do majority of our damage to anything that is a boss or a huge AoE pack, stuff like that. We're going to put 1 into permafrost, also 3 into horror frost, 1 into fiery surge, 2 into endless pyre, and 3 into warmth. And to finish up all of this, we're going to put 1 into shatter. This will allow the mobs to explode for 25% of their damage after they're done being frozen. So this is our goal here. You use Inferno, everything gets pulled together. We frost nova, we freeze everything in place, we spam firewalls. When they become unfrosted, they explode with frost damage, and then whenever they die, they explode with fireball damage. We're doing mass AoEs. We can kill almost, if in a big enough group, we can kill almost anything instantaneously, and it's very, very nice. Now, as for some of the aspects or uniques that you should go ahead and get for this build, I would recommend prodigies for sure. Using a cooldown resource 15 to 25 mana, because we're going to be mana starved. Control, you deal 25 to 30% more damage to immobilized, stun, or frozen enemies. That's self-explanatory. Edge masters, because our goal here is to group a whole bunch together, and we're going to be almost at full primary resource when we first started everything off. We'll just do 10 to 20% increased damage with a full primary resource. While doing doing that. Conceited, deal 15 to 25% increased damage while you have a barrier, because we should almost always have a barrier active. Storm Swell, you deal 11 to 20% increased damage to vulnerable enemies while you have a barrier, because they're going to be vulnerable and will have a barrier that also pairs with Conceited pretty well. The uniques, I would go ahead and get. Fists of Fate is great because it'll make your attacks randomly deal 1% to 200 to 300% of their normal damage. This is great because we have a dot build, so every single time our dots tick off, we have a chance of going ahead to do a random 1 to 200 or 300% of their damage. Obviously Shaco, because Shaco is just amazing and everybody wants it. And the Riment of the Infinite. After using teleport, close enemies are pulled to you and stunned. This just gets everything into our firewall more quickly and stuns them there, does more damage, all that fun stuff. Other than that, majority of the other ones you can kind of change up for something that you enjoy, that you need, and everything will work out perfectly for you. So go ahead and give this build a try. If you have a build that you think I would enjoy or that you want me to go ahead and check out, just go ahead and leave it in the comments below and let me know. Go ahead and hit that sub button if you can, if you enjoyed this video. And other than that, guys, it was a nice quick one. I will talk to you guys later.